Alright, let's talk about Allen and Ginter. Kind of my set overview and review. It kind of is a hard set to understand, so just kind of wanted to give my thoughts and review on Allen and Ginter. One for the year 2022. Just as a set as a whole, I think it's a pretty cool set. But it's a little different from some of the other stuff that you'll normally buy within the sports card world. I just wanted to go through, now that I've sorted through some of the stuff over here, just kind of go through, what we got out of, what is this, 3 boxes, Allen and Ginter. Um, no major hit, but just kind of wanted to show some of the cool stuff that, is within Allen and Ginter itself as a set. It kind of what makes it unique from a collector's point of view. So first off, the box loader, the top loader, or the box topper. I got just 3 regular box loaders here, but you can get rip cards. They are out there, and these can be autographed. So, but if not, I mean, a giant 5x7 of your favorite players, one per box. Not bad for the top loader or the bonus card. I don't think I've ever gotten a rip card. I think they're maybe 1 or 2 per case. Autographs even harder, and then some of the variations on this. Like, I believe the insert sets, you can get a large version of the insert sets, and that can be hit or miss depending on what it is. If it's like famous rivals, England versus France. Oops, dropped it. I would totally want a large version of that card. just, just for the memes. Robert E. Lee versus Grant. I'm not sure if that's actually what can be on the box loader, or maybe a giant bond me. They're just unique collectibles from, coming from the sports card or collectible um, card world. Period. So that's the box toppers, one per box. A few other variations. I'd have to go and look it up to really get an exhaustive list. Um, Second are the hits. So 3 hits per box, which is kind of high for a product like this. Like, Heritage is what, 1 relic or auto. Topps Hobby Box is 1 relic or auto. But Allen and Ginter, 3 mem or auto cards. Although it's usually 3 memorabilia cards or 2 mem cards and 1 auto. And this is actually not a bad mix of relics. All Stars, Rizzo, re-signed with the Yankees. Balkovec. I didn't get any weird celebrity mem cards, but I have seen some good ones. Like, I've got a Mark Summers autograph from Allen and Ginter somewhere. Comedians. A lot of the cards that are in this other stack I'll show later on, which are the celebrities, so to say. Bat relics, Joey Votto, and then the autograph, which was this Josh Donaldson. Not the best name, but I don't have this one. I don't think I've seen him sign too much stuff recently, so even if it is just a couple scribbles, still cool mini framed auto. And I think I had worse luck than others average, but I don't think that stops this from being a success in my book as far as the cards you get. And I'll kind of explain why, just by going through each one of these stacks that I have laid out here. I sorted these cards. These are vets, rookies, retired players, and then what is this? More vet players. Oh no, these are my short prints. Yeah, I'll go over that as well. So, 300 card base set. You'll see there's about, the stack is the biggest. This is the vet players. If you add these two stacks up, they're probably about the same as that. It's about half vets. This stack right here, these are all your celebrity cards. It went with a weird combination this year. These are all like um, subculture, uh, you know, um, celebrities. So celebrities within various subcultures, barbers, movie stars, golfers, umpires, actors, celebrities within the sports media world, um, Hamilton, curling, lacrosse players. So, athletes from other sports that don't necessarily have, regular sports card releases, musicians, um, other celebrities, basketball players, very eclectic mix of cards. So I'd say I've got a good stack of them here. This is about, I'd say 1/8 the set is that. All the big rookies, since it is a set that comes out towards the end of the year, so you'll see I got most of the key rookies. Whether it's Franco, Bobby Witt Jr., Stephen Kwan, um, Jeremy Pena, O'Neal Cruz is in there. And I got the big rookie for the year so far, which is, my Julio Rodriguez rookie card here. So all the key rookies are in the set since it does come out later on in the season. Put this in with the rookie pile here. And I guess this is what kind of people miss about kind of the whole point of Allen and Ginter. And it really is, the retired Hall of Famer type of players, players from recent memory that haven't entered the Hall yet, whether it's A-Rod. But if you just go through this list, it's pretty much a who's who of, all the best players who have ever played the game of baseball. Jackie Robinson, Dave Winfield, Rod Carew, Mel Ott, Frank Robinson, Chipper Jones, Ted Williams, Greg Maddux, um, David Ortiz, Eddie Murray, Johnny Bench, George Brett, Lou Gehrig. These are the names that are, they're all Hall of Famers. Reggie Jackson, and if you look at this stack of um, retired players, Hall of Famers, you'll see it's quite a big stack. Babe Ruth, um, and I'm gonna say it's about 1/3 of the set. Well, maybe not. Maybe about a quarter of the set are these Hall of Famers. So, I mean, only a couple releases are gonna have most of the Topps releases. Will have these players, especially like something like Archives or Heritage. You're gonna have these guys interspersed throughout the whole checklist. But Allen and Ginter really does pretty much give you every Hall of Famer a who's who every year. So I think that's something special about the set. On to short prints. So 300 card base set, 50 card short print set, which is the checklist from 300 to 350. There are some bigger names in here, so usually a bigger name in the short print is going to be a little bit more valuable than some of the other cards. Like Jason Varitek doesn't have too many reprint cards. Dave Concepcion, Juan Gonzalez, Jim Cott, Hall of Famers, Roger Hornsby, Lou Piniella. Very cool. Very similar to the Heritage short prints, and probably not too difficult to build this 50 card set. So I think I've got about maybe 30 of them there. Onto the inserts. Inserts are just unique. I don't know. They went with a weird food theme this year. So I like the other years where it's more of this kind of stuff, where it's even have them this year? I don't know. The food theme is a little weird, but okay, that's fine. This famous rival set I think is freaking awesome though. Look, even that food, but Robert E. and Ulysses S. Grant, England versus France. Okay, I might, I might one touch this card. Hamilton versus Burr. This is a set I want to finish. I kind of want to find more of these cards to finish up this set, but they've done different themes like birds, dangerous predators, extinct animals, fruits. Those show up a little bit more in the mini set. And then, yeah, they have the other two more common inserts, which are pitching a gem, focusing on, amazing pitchers throughout the history. Bob Gibson, Cy Young, my grandfather. Not really. I just always say that. Onto the minis. Minis, a few variations. And then, yeah, you see like the shark. What a steal. A ski lift. Just some interesting cards. I don't know. Bearing fruit, so just odd fruits. And then, yeah, I love this. These inside the park, Death Valley National Park, just national parks, Yellowstone. Interesting. It kind of is all about the minis. If you like minis, this is a set for collectors. You get one mini per pack. The minis are just cool. They're the same size of like rolling paper, or yeah. That's why they're called cigarette cards. I guess the packs were this big and about the length of a short cigarette. Obviously, MLB and tobacco have kind of like, they kind of don't go together anymore. But players back in the day used to smoke in the dugout, chew dip, chewing tobacco. Kind of that image from the past is just that these players spitting, chewing tobacco juice all over the place. It's kind of gross, but it's historical, right? But so yeah, all the key rookies, vets. Got my P. Alonso, Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, all in the vet pile. So it's just a pretty diverse set. A little bit of everything in Allen and Ginter. It's not going to be the set where you're going to pull, your massive $500 parallel. But I mean, does that even matter right now in today's current sports card market where everything is kind of trending down as people kind of head towards the exits? So if you're a true collector, I mean, I think Allen and Ginter is the perfect set, or one of the best sets you can pick up. As a collector, they do this every year, so I mean, do you want to buy Allen and Ginter every year? Maybe not necessarily. Like, I think 2019 I bought lots of A&G, maybe about half a case, 5-6 boxes. 2020 I didn't buy any. 2021 I did one box. And then this year I was like, okay, well, I haven't done A&G in a while, so pick up some Allen and Ginter. I'm pretty happy that I did. So there's no big major, there's no massive hits in here. And you can get massive hits or really nice hits. Like, this is from last year's A&G. This is a Trevor Lawrence autograph. Football player. One of my few football cards, but I pulled it out of a pack of baseball. Allen and Ginter. The other set that's very similar to this would be Goodwin Champions by Upper Deck. Very similar set. Very similar. And Goodwin Champions, Upper Deck's got several stars that are Upper Deck exclusive. So Michael Jordan being the big one, Tiger Woods. That's why you don't see Michael Jordan reprints all over the place, because he's exclusive to Upper Deck. and he only signs for them, and only they can print his trading cards. So, but yeah, I mean, Allen and Ginter, I don't think there's a card in here that's worth more than $10, $15. But, to get the Hall of Famers, I think is fairly unique, specific to Allen and Ginter. Like, if you find an Allen and Ginter set that's got, like, I'll admit, the it's on this vintage stock. Let's look at the card design for a bit here. It's on the vintage stock. Um, it's got more of the vintage lettering here, and then it's got like the more this like this is a very modern logo with just retro fonts, right? Everything is very modern. Everything fits together too neatly. Like retro, it's stylized versus being more authentic. That Brooklyn, New York, just the if you look at old cards, they have this aesthetic, but that's what it is. It's cards with the aesthetic versus being a very old timey set. So I mean, design wise, you find the frame. I'd say wait for an Allen and Ginter set where you like the card design, and then buy at that time to get your collection of Hall of Famers. The photographies, the pictures are really nice. To see the old timers colorized is pretty cool, almost like a portrait colorized painting. The other set that does this is Topps Gallery. Very cool. Um, they're a little too clean. The airbrushing, the portraits, they're a little too crisp, I guess. They have that retro coloring and look, but things just are a little too crisp as far as the lettering, the resolution on the pictures. Like that just see like Babe Ruth looks like he's at 320p. Where it will, yeah. I don't know. I think they do a pretty good job. Um, but yeah, all the old timers, Rod Carew, Joe Mauer, he's retired, Tony Olivia, Lou Brock, just the icons of baseball, all here in one set. Joe Morgan, go on and on. Um, so this is really why you buy Allen and Ginter. As far as the history of baseball, this would be the set where you probably learn the most. It's almost like an encyclopedia or a homage to baseball in a way. So very, very cool set. In the original sports cards, if you look at all these old um, 1880s, anything printed on cigarette cards from the late 19th century, early 20th century, they had subjects like this. So, they had um, great boxers and, whatever Olympics famous sports like canoeing or just some very oddball cards before a lot of this was standardized. Like, sports cards are so standardized now. You're going to get 20 sets. They're going to have 18 of them are going to have the exact same checklist, same 30 rookies, same 150 vets, and all you're buying is a different card frame. But Allen and Ginter is truly a set where it's got a large variety, and for that, I think that's why collectors like it and why it's been, a top staple every year. Tops will rotate in sets in and out. But Allen and Ginter has been, pretty steadfast over the last 15 years. I'd say the core releases of Tops, that's base set, archives, heritage now, Allen and Ginter, Chrome, Finest. those are the brands you see year after year. There's a few other I probably forgot in there, but definitely one of the sets that's reasonably affordable. 120 for 3 hits, and autograph pull rates about the same as Hobby or Heritage. Not bad. Downsides, you're not going to get major hits. The card single prices are not especially high. But the upside is, it's just got a very rich historical tradition. Um, 300 cards with this diverse checklist where I have veterans, celebrities, and rookies, and the Hall of Famers, I think is pretty good. So honestly, the checklist is kind of loaded. This is from a collector's point of view. So yeah, that's my review of Allen and Ginter. I think it's a great set. I encourage people to go out and pick some up if you're interested in collecting, and I'll try to do more of these set reviews. But yep, Allen Ginter 2022. Thanks for watching.